Hello LAP, this is Brandon Reisinger coming to you with your Chairman's Report. We'll start off with the order bank. The Escape is $38,096. Corsair is $9,648 for a total of $47,744. Our current plant population, I haven't given that in a while. Our full-time production is 2,469. Skilled trades is 262. That's journey people. Trades apprentices, we've got 74, and TFTs we have 60 for a total of 2865. Day shift, if you haven't requested your unemployment yet, today is the cutoff for that, so make sure you get on there and get your unemployment requested. If you do have any issues, the unemployment rep that is our contact that we have been dealing with quite a bit, she had a baby and that's great for her, but she is out on baby bonding right now. They've got us working with somebody else, and I'll be honest with you, we don't have the same level of feedback and communication that we're used to, so we're not getting our issues resolved that we're taking to them in nearly as much of a timely manner. So I'm going to suggest, if you do have an issue going on with your unemployment, try reaching out to the unemployment office first. It might take 4 or 5 tries, but people have been getting through and had good success with them answering the phones and getting their issues taken care of 99% of the time. That number for calling them is going to be 502-564-2900. Again, if you can get a hold of them, a lot of times you can get your issue fixed over the phone right there on the spot. They can email you the same form that we get sent if there's a form that needs to be filled out. So you might give them a shot. If you can't get them for some reason, or if you've got something bigger going on and you want to reach out to us, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but just know it's taking a little longer than normal. So you're not going to get a same day or next day turnaround right now. Just wanted to kind of make everybody aware of that. As far as the down weeks, we should be done with the down weeks, down shifts, whatever it might be, for the rest of the year up until the retool. Both shifts should stay running, and we're going to run basically until we're done running escapes. As of right now, done running escapes looks to be December 5th. Obviously, that could move a little bit one way or the other. You know, there's a chance that they could try and get a few units extra in and get out of here sooner. There's a chance that if we have a big parts issue, large breakdowns, issues like that, that we could end up running a little further. But as of right now, December 5th looks to be the last day. For the people that have been signing up to go to other plants, the relocations, I've got a lot of people asking, and some of those plants are making requests to get those people sooner as well. As long as our attendance stays where it's at, which is still not great, the plant is not going to let those people go prior to December 5th. So unofficially right now, if you've got one of those that you've signed up for, December 8th is going to be your report date at the new facility. For the down weeks, for the retool, I've had a lot of people asking me questions about unemployment and how it's going to work and everything. I do have a little bit of information for you this week, and like I said, I was going to trickle that out, but with the retool being longer than 6 weeks, by the state's rules, if you don't have a return to work date that's within the next 6 weeks, you're required to file a normal biweekly claim. So we are going to be on a biweekly claim. It will not be weekly paychecks through unemployment when we go out for the retool. Now, sub will still kind of, once we get out, everything will start to roll semi-normally, but it's going to be biweekly unemployment checks. We're also, because we're out longer than 6 weeks, we will have to do the work search. We're going to be required to do the job searches in order to qualify for unemployment. Now, does that mean that you've got to go out and take the first job that you run across at McDonald's or Walmart? No. But you've got to be seeking work. Now, I would go out and seek stuff that's similar wages, similar benefits, which is going to be hard to find. And you may not find anything, but you're going to be required to check. Speaking of the postings for other plants, we've got a posting that went up this week, yesterday actually, for Sharonville Transmission Plant. If you're not familiar with that, I can't say I've been in the plant. I do know that it's a good size plant. They've got over 2,000 employees, I believe. That Sharonville plant, if you haven't looked it up, they're about 25-30 minutes north of downtown Cincinnati. So if you were trying to figure out where it's at, it's about 2 hours from here, right off the expressway, off of I-75 North. Decent sized plant. They've got 26 openings that they've posted. If you're interested in one of those, and I know I've got some people that are from Southern Ohio that have been asking me about these for months. So I know we've got at least a couple of them that are. But if you're interested in one of those are available. They're up, and they're going to be up through the end of the week. So if you're wanting that, make sure that you get up there and get signed up. If you signed up for the SRI, you need to be getting with the benefits reps sooner rather than later, especially if you are one of the people that's got a quadro. If you've been married and divorced, you've got an ex-wife, ex-husband, whatever, that is got a court order that gives them a portion of your retirement, you probably should have been at the benefits rep office yesterday. Now, that being said, I would get in there as soon as possible, get in there and see Jim and get everything filled out. If you've got a quadro, it's going to take usually 6-8 weeks to get something back. You're right on the cusp of whether or not you're going to be able to start getting your pension checks on time. If you've got a quadro, I implore you, please get up there and see Jim. If you don't have a quadro, it's still a good time to start signing up. When you go to see Jim, I talked with him. What he needs you to bring with you is your login information, your username and password for myfordbenefits.com, as well as you can bring a check or have it written down on a piece of paper or whatever, but he's going to need your routing and account information for where you want your pension direct deposited. So again, if you're going out, make sure you get up, see Jim, and get that taken care of so that you can get your pension checks rolling on time. If you are retiring, a lot of people don't realize this until they retire. When you retire, you're going to come off of active rolls. One of the downsides of that is that the pay stub site is not going to be available to you as a retiree. So if you are retiring, I encourage you sometime between now and December, I would go online. I would probably download and or print your last couple years of W-2s. You might go in there and download and print anything that you might need as far as pay stubs or the last several pay stubs, just to have that stuff around in case you get into a situation where you're trying to refinance your house or buy a house in Florida or whatever it might be, that you've got that information available to you. Upcoming events. This is a big one here. The 3% wage increase. I've had a lot of people asking about that. Those don't happen in September because this contract was ratified at the end of October. The 2025 3% wage increase is going to take effect on October 20th. And that is for everybody. And it's based on your base rate. So if you are a skilled trades person, it's going to be take your base rate and it's going to raise it by 3%. If you are a new hire that hired in 6 months ago in production, it's going to add 3% to your base rate. If you're any other classification, basically, it's going to take that and it's going to raise it by 3%. The one caveat to that is team leaders in both production and in skilled trades are set rates. So a production team leader gets $1.50 an hour over their base rate. That $1.50 does not get the 3% wage increase. It stays $1.50. So if you're a team leader and you go and you take what you're making now and what you make then, it's going to be a 2.8 something % raise because that $1.50 doesn't change and it's not part of the 3% wage increase. Just wanted to make you aware of that. The only other thing I've got, our next union meeting is going to be Tuesday, October 21st. That one is at LAP and it's at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. I look forward to seeing you guys there. try to get back next week with some more information as far as the retool. But until then, we'll see you later.